So this is Get Epic, and this is a free website for teachers. Students can use this at home, and they have to pay a monthly fee if they do use it at home. As of this recording, though, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so it is free for students until June of 2021. As of today, that's what is announced on their website. So they can use this at home for their independent reading or their remote learning. Out of all the sites that are available right now, this one has the largest amount of books available to students. They have a lot of fiction books and a lot of nonfiction books. They don't have all the books. So for example, if you did a search for Harry Potter, you're not going to find it here. But there are a lot of books that are on here. So it's a really wonderful alternative. It's great if you have a smaller classroom library. To add your students, you can either have them sign up with a class code, you can enter them manually, or you can import them through Google Classroom. And you'll see here, once you have students in, there's a roster. It tells you how often they've been reading every day. It shows you their student logs, the assignments, if they've done them or not, and quizzes, if they've done them or not. We're not going to get into quizzes today. We'll do that another day, but the quizzes are a really neat feature on here. So let's go back to Explore. If we just hover over that, you'll immediately see over on the left, the subjects, Explore All. There's a lot of things available to your students here. Now you probably noticed right away they have the first two books to The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is a very popular book series right now. And all the kids do is they simply see a book they like, they open it, and they read it, and that's it. Now the nice thing too is this shows you how long each student is on a book. So if you have a student who's doing what I'm doing, and they said, I read the book, I'm all done, you can log on and see, oh wait, they spent 30 seconds on that book, they didn't really read it. So that gives you some good data there as well. They have graphic novels. They have books where you can have the book in front of you, but you can also hear it being read aloud to you. So if I go over here and you can just barely see it. There's a play button.
Music superstar. Bruno Mars danced across the stage singing one of his biggest hits. The crowd went wild.
This is nice because you get the best of both worlds. You have the words there that they can follow along with and listen to. So it's like an audiobook, but they get to read along with it. There are videos in here as well. So some of them are just fun and silly. Some are about science. They might be about areas that you're teaching. Give a look through these. You might find some that can help you with a lesson that you're teaching. There's ones, of course, for your sports fanatics, so they can watch how to get better at their particular sport. And then, of course, there are audiobooks. And in these ones, they're not going to read along with it. They're just going to listen.
A Bad Case of Stripes. Written and illustrated by David Shannon. Bad case of everything were normal, but when the class said the Pledge of...
Now you can search by topic. So if you're doing science, maybe you were studying light and sound. You can click on that, see what's available. You'll notice that they are all at different levels. In the settings, you can state what kind of reading system you're using. So for example, I'm using Fountas and Pinnell. So it automatically shows me the levels for Fountas and Pinnell. This makes it great for assigning these to kids who are at particular levels. So you see very, very high quality books. If you find a book that you want a particular student to read, or maybe your whole class to read, you select it, you click assign, and then you assign it to your students. Now right now I don't have any students yet, but once I do, I can assign it to all of them or maybe just to one or two of them. When they get a new assignment, it will show up here. They'll get a message on the top of their screen letting them know they have a new assignment or a new message. On another day, I'll talk more about how you can differentiate and use this in your classroom. But this is a fun tool to explore. The first actually couple times that I let students use this, I just let them explore and have fun because there's so much to discover on here. My kids even discovered how to make new avatars for themselves, so that was kind of neat. You can create collections. So again, I have a few collections I've created. I have collections on the different regions of the United States. I have popular chapter books I recommend to students, popular audiobooks I recommend, and then specific biographies of people we studied. I put those into their own collections. I created this collection for a student a few years back, and you can share all these collections with your students, or you can cherry pick a little bit. Maybe you have that one kid that really has trouble finding a good book and you know what their interests are and you want to create a collection just for them. So there's a lot more to talk about, but this should get you started. Go ahead on here, sign up, explore what they have. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this with your classroom.